I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Pretty sure that's what happened.
Okay. So. All right. So now those who have not watched a King stream, how would you describe, an average night for you on stream?
Well, if they haven't watched my stream, I describe that as a smart fucking decision. Watching my stream, Christ, loud music. We're gonna have some bourbon. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna make fun of people. We're gonna make fun of myself, and we're just either do well on Tarkov or make myself look like an ass. But it'll be enjoyable. It'll be enjoyable. So.
Welcome to Tarducks, a podcast for content creators to share their stories, advice, and experience. And today I am so happy to introduce you to Kiings. Welcome.
He's probably not that happy, but thank you again for having me. I appreciate it. I'm just a fill-in.
You're not a fill-in. I've been wanting to talk to you and hear your story for so long. So what we do first is we'll start off with 3 rapid questions just to get the juices flowing. And here we go. Your favorite movie?
Oh Jesus! I don't really watch TV much or movies, but I'll go with the original Boondock Saints.
Oh, good one. All right. Best dive bar you've ever been to?
Place called Boners.
Nice. And where's Boners?
Boners is in Armenia, Wisconsin.
All right. And final one, you can have a conversation with anybody in the world, history, going back in time, present day. Who are you going to have a conversation with?
Oh God, that probably a mute because I don't like anybody. I wouldn't want to talk to anyone. I honestly don't know that. I don't know the answer to that one.
All right, but no worries.
Not Baddie. I can answer that if that counts. Definitely not Baddie.
Have you ever met him?
But no, when I literally like a brother, one of my best friends. Going down there soon. Donut operators talking about I can't fly. I might die. It could literally kill me if I get in an airplane.
Yeah.
So. Talking to donut operator, he just picked up his new fucking van thing, and talking about vlogging and road tripping down there and spending time down there. And then if I like it and it's good for me, then we're talking about moving down there.
Oh, so, no way.
Yeah, with all the boys, yeah.
That might kill you though.
Flying, not in the van.
Oh, so. You don't think living down there with those boys might have an impact on your health?
No, I'm probably like, no, I'd probably be the bad influence of the group in all honesty. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. So, all right. Who is Kiings? Where are you from?
Oh, I grew up in Wisconsin, kind of an asshole. I don't bite my tongue. I don't kiss people's asses. I tell it how it is. I'm honest to a fault, I guess. A lot of people think I'm toxic, but I just don't put up with shit.
People think you're toxic?
A lot of people think I'm toxic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, you just tell it how it is, like you just said. That's why I like coming into your stream. There's just, that's who you are.
Generally, the people who call me toxic are people who come in and try to troll the chat, and then I give it right back to them, and then they get mad and upset, and I hurt their feelings, and they go post it on Reddit and all that shit. But
jeez,
that's about it. Fucking didn't really play video games or anything as a kid, and fucking long story short, got hospitalized, put on disability, and fucking started playing video games just for the social aspect, and was able to take myself off disability. So now it's my livelihood, full-time job. So
nice. So now, when did you start streaming?
Oh God, 5 years ago, roughly.
Yeah. And now, what from a video game standpoint, what were some of the first video games you started to play?
H1Z1, the Battle Royale version on PC. That's the reason I built a PC and bought one. So.
And no video games before that?
Not really growing up. Some.
Yeah.
Very, very little. I'm an old bastard. So when I was young, like our parents kicked you out of the house and the sun came up, and you didn't come home till it was dark. We had a 8:45 whistle. People always ask me, like, what did you play as a kid? I was like, outside. And I was asking me about this shit back from the 90s and the early 2000s. I'm like, I have no idea what any of that shit is. So
Yeah, I'm a few years older than you probably, and our thing was growing up. Yeah, like you said, get kicked out of the house in the morning, go play hockey, baseball, whatever, until the sun went down, and then you were expected home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. What were some of the things you did as a kid? Some of the good
Fishing.
memories. Yeah.
And I started drinking when I was 12. Yeah. With the
man.
cops kids. Yeah, with the cops kids. It was great. Yeah, I partied. I goddamn partied hard when I was young. So
Yeah. Oh man.
kind of got it out of my system early, but kind of coming back to it, but really chilled out. But now it's big outdoors, fishing, motorcycles,
Yeah.
ATVs, stuff like that.
Nice. What kind of fishing do you like to do?
Sports.
Lake or river?
When I was younger, we lived on a river, so I did a lot of river, but now I do a lot of lake. I got a bass
Yeah.
boat, and I go out largemouth and smallmouth generally.
Oh, nice. And you still ride a motorcycle or dirt bikes?
Oh yeah,
ATVs?
yeah,
Nice.
motorcycles. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. So now, if you had to rank your video games, what is your favorite video game that you've ever played?
Oh,
Put it up there. Yeah.
Tarkov, hands down. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, how did you find Tarkov? What was your path to Tarkov?
I just I seen early like trailers essentially of them running around on factory and stuff.
Yeah.
Like the original ones before the alpha was even released. And I just thought it looked good.
Oh, okay.
Thought it looked good, and then I got it and started playing it immediately when the alpha released, and it just crashed every fucking game. So loved it.
What is the hook to it still? You've been playing for a while. How does it still hook you as your favorite game?
Everybody plays differently. There's something new in all the engagements and everything. You can play so many different ways, and it's the only game that even gives you gives me an adrenaline rush still when I get into certain gunfights and everything.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask you. So after you've been playing it for so long, do you still get that pucker factor?
Once in a while,
yeah. And
I'm old. I don't have much pucker left. The elasticity has pretty much gone out of me years ago. But yeah, you still get the adrenaline and the rush once in a while, and but it's still there. And other games just don't do that. So
no, not at all. Like now, do you prefer to roll with a team or you like to go solo?
Oh, it depends. If I'm playing bad, I play with a team because I have somebody to blame. But generally, I'm a solo or a duo player.
Yeah. This game playing with 4 or 5 people, man. This really shows how bad we are at communicating.
Yeah, when I do viewer raids and stuff, I'll take 5 people in, and the first thing I do is run away from everybody, and then just listen to them panic and shoot each other. So,
because that must be different. Because when you play with somebody new in your squad, their callouts are different than yours, and it's just it can be chaos and kill friendships.
Yeah, that's like me and Baddie. Like we've been playing for years, and everybody thinks we have great comms, but it's just because we talk and don't listen to one another or respond because we hate each other. So it somehow just works out though. But I know people who have played together for 2-3 years almost daily, and their comms are still a mess, a mess, and it takes time. It takes a lot of time.
Absolutely. Now, how did you end up meeting Baddie? How did you guys get hooked up?
I killed his dumbass and another guy on Shoreline like 3 raids in a row.
Yeah.
And we just started talking after that, and then we started playing together, and it's been miserable ever since.
Now, do you get into doing a lot of the quests, or do you just really get your guy to a certain point and then you just look for the PvP engagement?
It depends on the day. Sometimes you just want to chill quest. Other days, at the start of Wipe is fun. You just grind quests, get up.
Yeah.
But I love PvP and everything. This Wipe, I don't know if I'm going to go after Kappa just because you've done it so many times and everything. It just gets repetitive. But wipes are long, so I imagine a month, 2 down the road, I'm going to be bored one day and just start working on quest again.
Yeah. And what is your least favorite quest out of them all?
Setup.
Yeah.
Setup.
That's the shotgun one, right?
I would suck 16 dicks if they took that out of the fucking game and I never had to do it again. I hate that quest. Yes.
Yeah. I hate shotguns to begin with in this game. I just do not enjoy them at all.
They used to be a lot worse. They're actually viable now.
Yeah.
But for some reason that quest I just can't stand.
Yeah, is there a certain quest that you enjoy when it opens up? You're like, yes, all right, I'm going to enjoy this one.
Shoreline quest line, just because I main that map and I know how to fly through it very quickly and level very fast with it.
Yeah, it's a fun map. It's my 2 top maps are probably Interchange and Shoreline. Shoreline, you get the engagement at Resort or some long distance engagements as well.
Yeah, it needs more points interest, in my opinion, and the loot spread out a little bit. But if you want to play the map, you can find fights on it.
Now, have you ran into those new bosses yet?
Yesterday
Okay.
or 2 days ago with Baddie.
Yeah.
We killed 2 of them, and then we just got railed.
Was it Bird Eye that did you guys in?
We killed Bird Eye. I think it was Night got us. I killed Night. I can't remember what it was. I was drinking.
Oh no. Now, over all the years you've been playing this game, what are some of the good things that they've done to improve it?
Oh, it's so much.
Yeah.
So much. Like I said, you'd be able to throw smoke grenades and crash the server, crash the game and everybody in it. It's come so far, and a lot of the bugs and everything, like you used to be able to macro your mouse, and a lot of people would do this before a lot of the animations came in.
Yeah.
You could macro your mouse to your IFAC and shooting. So as you were shooting, you'd be consistently healing because there was no animation.
Wow.
The way blacked out limbs used to work is if you got a blacked out limb, one bullet would immediately kill you if you got hit in that limb. That's where the lag meta came from. It's come so far. Yeah. Like it's still got its issues, don't get me wrong, but compared to where it was years ago, it's come so far.
And still to this day, no game can, for me anyway, just grab me the way this game has.
There's only one other game that does it for me.
Yeah.
Mount Your Friends.
Oh my god!
Have you ever played that?
Yeah, I haven't played it, but my son picked it up, and his buddies were. I was like, "Oh my god, this thing is just not right."
That game is the sounds, the smacking sounds. You get to spank the goat. Yeah, before you start climbing, making the mountain of man meat, you got to spank the goat to start it off. That game is phenomenal.
Oh, I was not expecting that game. I was waiting to hear, Daisy or something like that, but not.
Oh God, no! Naked men in tights, just climbing each other.
That does the 6 to 12 for you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, when they brought Voip in at Christmas time, what was your initial impressions of that?
Loved it. I was concerned about it. I wanted it, but I was concerned about it. Loved it. I run my audio a little bit different than most people. Plus, Go XLR is a giant piece of fucking shit. It's a $30 mixing board.
Yeah.
And mine broke. So I had to completely reroute everything and use it as a bridge. So I can't currently VoIP. The little I did, I loved it.
Yeah.
But I had a ton of ideas and everything, but it's good. It generally adds a new perspective and everything. But it can be toxic as well. You got to be careful with it, but I think it's a good addition.
Yeah, for the most part, from what I've heard and my experiences, it hasn't been awful. Not as bad as initially I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I've seen moments, but for the most part, it's not abused, and it's done right. So
yeah, it's I probably it's not as horrible as I thought it was going to be, because I think the Tarkov crowd are a more mature crowd, at least.
Yeah, you got your bad eggs like One Peg and all them, but
so now, is there anything missing from the game that you're looking forward to, or that you'd like to see them add into it?
I don't know about missing. I'm anxious for all the skills to come together. See how that works. One thing that I would like to see is how there's 4 loyalty levels for traders.
Yeah.
I think it should be increased to 10.
Okay.
Stuff is more sporadic, and I don't think because they want the player driven economy, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this, and I don't think it'll ever happen. I'm not pushing for it to happen, so fucking calm your tits. But I would love to see the quest line readjusted. You know how you have some quests where you turn it into one person and it takes your loyalty away from others.
Yeah,
I would love, because of the flea market and the player driven economy, I would love to see it where you had to pick and choose, and you could not level all your traders to max.
Oh, that would be different.
That way the economy will flourish a little bit more, and everybody will have a little bit of an advantage, depending on what route they want to take.
Yeah.
And you really, like your choices are going to matter more. I would love to see something like that, but I don't think that'll ever come to.
Yeah, that would be interesting because
which at the same time, which is fine because I don't think that would you're more casual players. I want everything like an equal playing ground.
Yeah.
So like the more I always stand up for the casual players. I know people have lives, kids, jobs, everything. So I want it fair for everybody. I don't think doing that would be fair to them. So I don't think it'll ever happen.
Yeah, it's already tough for that casual gamer to try and get into Tarkov and just keep up.
Yep, it is. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, who do you like to if you're rolling your a 3 or 4 man, who's your normal go-to crew?
Baddie and Reefer probably for 3. I generally don't do 4-man. If I do 4-man, it's because I play with idiots that I want to make myself feel better about myself. So I'll just pick a bunch of degenerates.
Yeah.
Baddie and Reefer a lot that I play with. Otherwise, got some viewers that I play with.
Yeah.
There is other streamers, but those are the 2 main ones that I play with.
All right, so I'm curious on this answer. So now if you can pick an all-star squad, you say a name, OGs, past, present, they're there to play a couple of raids with you. Who would you like to play with?
Oh God. Just like fragging out or having fun or
just
chilling?
Just having fun. Who do you think you'd like to roll a few raids with? You say the name, they're there.
Honestly, it'd probably be Baddie, Reefer, Velian.
Yeah.
It'd be a 4-man in the 5th one. Oh, maybe Arson.
Okay.
Probably Arson.
Cool.
Just because I know personal stuff about all of them, and I can make them feel like shit whenever they try to get smart about something. But no, they're all chill dudes, and they know how to play the game, and it's always they know how to laugh. I don't like playing with people who get pissed off every time they die, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, no, that's not good to have around, that just negativity, especially if you're streaming. It's just people can go watch somebody else who's having fun rather than just somebody who's there is just being miserable.
Yeah, it's only one click away. I always tell people that. I say, if you're not having fun, your chat won't at all. So
yeah, that is true. So now, from a streaming standpoint, what made you go live?
My cousin fucking wouldn't leave me alone about streaming because he said I was like funny and would be good at it.
Yeah.
I kept giving him excuses like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't like people. Like people think like it's just an act I put. No, I can't stand fucking people. I want to punch people in the throat every day. And I kept giving him excuses about why I couldn't stream. And then my last one was finally, well, I only have 1 monitor. You need 2. So he bought me a brand new monitor and brought it over.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, fuck you. I'm going to do this for a couple of months. I'm going to stop and I'm going to keep your goddamn monitor. You're not getting it back. And it just turned into something I enjoyed.
Well, I got a tip for you. So I just turned 50 a little while ago, and as you get older, you dislike people even more.
Oh, I know, it's great. Yeah. Kids, everything. I yelled at a bird the other day. Yeah, yelled at a bird because it's on my front lawn.
Oh man! So now, you really stream just to Twitch. Do you have any plans to do any YouTube content or anything like that? Or Twitch's?
Yeah, I've done a little. I got to do more. I have no interest in editing. I got to find another editor and all that stuff. It's expensive, and everybody's time is worth money. So, like, people have offered to do it for free and stuff, but I always tell them no because I don't think it's fair, and I know they're trying to be nice and everything. But editing is expensive, and it's a ton of work and.
Yeah.
So I do plan on it. It takes time. I should probably get on it. Now you're making me feel bad about myself, and I regret being here, and I feel lazy.
You're not lazy. People don't care if you put out content, man. Your live stream is what people are coming there for.
Yeah. So like it's good, but Twitch has terrible discoverability, and I've done pretty goddamn well for not using other avenues. But I should be doing it. So.
Okay. So now, when did you become get the partner status with Twitch?
Oh, Christ. This is a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, roughly.
And what is your partner story? Did you find out in the middle of the night? Did you expect it?
They actually came into my stream. Once in a while, they'll come into streams with all the people with wrenches next to their fucking name.
Oh, no way. Really?
And say this little riddle about checking your dashboard. So it happened when I was live, actually.
Oh, no. That's crazy. Now, I can't imagine. I've heard everybody tell me that, they've cried and everything like that. I just can't picture you crying when you found out. Did you cry when you found out you were? No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. I think we played Unicorn really loud, which is a song about a guy's dick falling off. We ran around and just shot shit and deleted a red key card. Oh. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Sure that's what happened.
Okay. So. All right. So now those who have not watched a Kiing stream, how would you describe, an average night for you on stream?
Well, if they haven't watched my stream, I describe that as a smart fucking decision. Watching my stream, Christ, loud music. We're gonna have some bourbon. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna laugh. We're gonna make fun of people. We're gonna make fun of myself, and we're just either do well on Tarkov or make myself look like an ass. But it'll be enjoyable. It'll be enjoyable. So.
I agree 100%. I started watching you, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so ago, and it's great. First thing I notice is you've got a voice for this. If you're not doing this, you should be doing, radio or a talk show or something like that, first of all. And I'm sure people have told that to you many times.
Oh yeah. I've heard that quite a bit. Yep.
Yeah, and the other piece of it too is your music selection is so great. The playlist you got going is always great tunes going.
I used to bet years ago when I was young, when I was just baby Kiings, I was actually a signed recording artist and made my own music. I'll play it once in a while on stream, but it really taught me to appreciate art and different forms of music and what goes into it, rather than just what you hear. I got a wide range on my playlist.
Now, hang on a second. Now, I don't know if you're being serious or you're pulling my leg. Are you serious?
That's 100% honesty.
No way.
100% honesty. Yep.
Oh, cool. What genre or what kind of music did you play?
Hip hop and R&B. Next time you're in stream, tell me and I'll play it for you. And you're going to be like, this isn't you, but it's me.
Hang on. The music I hear on stream there's no hip hop on there. What? Okay.
There's not much. There's not much. No. My passion was always writing. I still write to this day. Music was just a way for me to further it and give it a voice and give it emotion.
Yeah.
So.
And now so you must have some hip hop artists, R&B artists that you like. Who are some of those, those artists?
Old school stuff. I don't listen to much new stuff.
Yeah. Now, old school, who drop some names here. Let's
90s, mid 90s, like Tupac, Biggie, Naughty by Nature, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Black Sheep and things like that.
Yeah, and then I was big into the underground scene, Lewis Logic, Jedi Mind Tricks, Mortal Technique, people like that way back then. So as far as new stuff, I don't do too much of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm a little bit older for some of the stuff. I'm talking like Ice-T, LL Cool J, Tribe, Digital Underground, things like that.
Yep. Late 80s, early 90s. Yep. I listen to that stuff as well.
Okay. Now, were you much of a concert goer or really just enjoying it at home or with friends?
Music?
Yeah.
I used to go to quite a few concerts. I don't anymore.
Yeah.
Because people are stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Any shows?
Expensive.
Yes, that's very true. Everything, beer and just getting there, the tickets, what Ticketmaster rapes you for, all that kind of crap.
Yeah.
That's just obscene. What are some of the your favorite concerts you've been to that you can recall?
Best two performances by far. Well, no, I'll give it top three: Rob Zombie, Slipknot, Marilyn Manson.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, you've thrown me off with this whole hip hop thing. I did not expect that. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, it was years ago.
Yes, I will definitely hit you up next time in the chat. I want to hear this. Holy crap, this is awesome. All right, so now you've been doing this for a while. How would you describe the Kiings community you're following?
Dumbasses.
I knew that.
They're there. They're there. So
yeah.
Loyal, outcast, good people. Generally older. People who can be sarcastic. They know how to laugh at themselves. They like to have a good day. They just want to make other people laugh as well. So it's like I said, people come to my stream, they'll give me shit, so I give it right back. And I don't ban people for coming in and saying dumb shit to me. I know how to laugh at myself.
Yeah. Excellent.
They're good people. Good people. So Not
So now,
smart, but good people. They try.
and do you remember your first subs?
And a few, a
Yeah,
handful.
and they're still around today, or
Oh
have
yeah,
moved on?
yeah. I got a
Yeah.
bunch of them. Yep, yep.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. So now you've been doing this for so long. What have been some of the pain points or just things that are tough trying to do this as a career?
It's not just hitting the start button and then ending stream. There's so much more behind it. Um,
Yep.
there's so much more. There's so much more. People think it's just like playing a video game and that's that. Like it's not what it is. Like you have to be entertaining. You have to be able to relate to your chat. You don't even have to be good at a video game in order to do it.
Yeah.
You just have to learn how to relate, be entertaining, be interactive, all that stuff. But then there is networking. There's management shit you got to take care of. You have to make your stream look professional.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much more behind it. You have to be creative. You have to be yourself, and you have to understand that fucking sometimes you may want to stream, and you might just not be the right fit for it, and like that's completely okay too. You know, if you want to stream for the fun of it. You know, don't come into it thinking like I'm going to be Shroud. You know, bad. That's bad.
Yeah.
But then besides that, like keeping up with everything, you're just so busy busy with everything. There's, like I said, there's so much behind it. And then the biggest thing was I just finally got hit with a chargeback shit, and all my assets have been frozen for 2 months now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so like the past 2 months, I've been real spotty with streams because I'd sit down to go to work and I'd get so anxious and stressed, I'd just get up and walk away. I couldn't do it, but finally coming out of that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You got to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So you have to find a balance. You got to, because if you get burnout, everybody's who does this full time that I know is burnout, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Shitty things have happened. People trauma dumping on you, and you don't know what to do at that point. The weird parasocial shit.
Yep.
There's a time where eventually it crosses over, and it's not just online. It enters into your real life, and I've had that happen to me before, and that's pretty fucking scary sometimes. But you just got to be careful. You got to watch it, but it's very humbling, very humbling. So
yeah, it's you're so right. It's more than just going live, and then you're trying to do this as a career. There's no sick days, there's no vacation days, health insurance, things like that. You don't have those safety nets that the 9 to 5 job brings.
Yep. Yeah. And so yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's worth it if you can do it and it's viable. It's worth it. But yeah, it's a ton of work. It's 16 hours a day generally.
Yeah. And then you also hear about the mental fatigue people have with it too. You like you just said, 16 hours a day. You do this maybe 5 or 6 days in a row. You're just talking the chat. You're not having that human interaction. So you need to take breaks, but you have that numbers game in your head, is what I hear.
Yep. Yeah. And I always tell people too. I've seen so many people do it. That never watch your numbers when you're streaming. You want to see how you're doing, but never watch it, because you're going to start judging yourself based on those numbers. And if they dip down or anything, you're going to be like, oh, what am I doing wrong? You might not be doing anything wrong. People just have shit going on. There's so many possibilities. So you can never, I know so many people who are amazing content creators and they only get 5-6 fucking viewers. And I know people who are dog shit that have 500 that shouldn't have the attention that they have.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of factors that play into it.
Definitely. And now, how you've played, Tarkov's been your main game. Have you branched off and bringing in other games as well, or what's that experience like? Because I hear like people who have their main game, they don't want to get stuck with one game, but they don't want to bring in another game because they're afraid their numbers are going to drop.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, you don't want to get your burnout. You don't want to do that mental fatigue and everything. And it sucks, especially for people who are like trying to push partner and everything. You'll switch games. If you main a game, you'll switch a game. You'll lose 70% of your viewers immediately. Um, and so it's hard. It's hard to get partner when you're. I mean, it's hard to get partner. Period.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get partner, especially when you're doing variety.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're maining one game, it's a little bit easier. But then you're stuck.
Yeah.
You're stuck. I've never really cared too much. You know, if people leave, I always tell them, like, you know, I'm going to stop playing, go out to somebody else if you want to.
Yeah.
But building the community, keeping the community there for you rather than the game, that takes time, but it does come. And now generally when I switch, I maintain most of my viewership, but there are some that go, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to learn to be okay with that and understand that you need to switch once in a while. Because once you start getting bored and it becomes repetitive, you know, it also loses viewer retention if that's all you're worried about. So it's just it's going to be a struggle the entire time.
Yeah, yeah, and like you're at that point now where you know you could, like you just said, you can change games. You don't see numbers dip, and it's because people are there to watch you. They enjoy the community. They enjoy the chat. They enjoy your personality.
Yeah, and that's what you always want to remember is just you don't try to emulate somebody else because it worked. It's working because that's who they are.
Yeah.
So just be yourself, and if it works out, awesome. If it doesn't, like, that doesn't make you any less of a person at all.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, other content creators I've had on, they talk about how chat is, you know, maybe it's one, you know, certain day of the week, certain period of during the day or month where chat's just a little wild or crazy. You know, was your chat like that you've seen, like, oh God, Friday's in, they're going to be wild, or you know, your chat's pretty consistent?
It's pretty consistent, but late at night we get a bunch of dumbasses that pile in, and but like I'm used to it, so it doesn't bother me. But you know, people who you know kind of say some things that are a bit off, and it'll shock some people, but it doesn't really bother me.
Yeah. Ah, cool. So what other do you watch any other content creators, or pretty much, you know, you're consumed with streaming, doing your content, and just maintaining, you know, your livelihood?
I'll lurk. If I'm working on the computer, working on stuff, I'll lurk and watch other people.
Yeah.
But if I'm not working, I get the fuck off my PC. I get out of the office. I'm done. Nice. Because it's that balance.
Yeah.
But if I am working or doing stuff on the computer, I always have a few tabs open. Yeah.
Yeah. Any particular one you tune into mostly that people should check out?
Oh man. Besides the obvious, I'm trying to think. I'm thinking as far as Tarkov.
It doesn't mean Tarkov either. There's other good ones out there too.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few. As far as Tarkov, like Fudge XL,
yeah,
really good. He's good. I love Geeks.
Yeah,
Geeks is great. Cuddy, ex Cuddy, Chicken Prism is kind of a cocksucker, but all right. Mexi, FNC, my good friend FNC. There's quite a few that play Tarkov on and off. Yeah.
Cool. So now you and I chatted a little bit. You know, you had a meeting with a potential sponsor earlier today. How is that whole sponsorship thing work? Like, you know, do you remember getting your first few sponsors, and what was that process like?
You got to protect yourself because a lot of people aren't out for your best interest, and it's you know, and that's with, like, I work with BRCC and a couple other companies. I will never stand behind a product that I don't believe in. I will never get a product where I make $1 off selling it.
Yeah.
You know, shilling. There is generally, I work with monthly contracts, regardless of sales. Like, there's a beef jerky company I work with, and with them, instead of getting money, they give me gift cards, and I just give it back to chat.
Oh, nice.
Because I don't want to, like, shill for $1. So yeah, instead of getting money for every sale. They just turn it into gift cards and I give it right back. Because I don't want them to think that I'm, shoving a product down their throat for a dime.
Oh, cool. Now, oh, sorry.
Oh, it's fine. You just you got to be careful. You got to be really careful with sponsors because they look to take advantage of you. They do, and never be a billboard. Never be a billboard where you're not being taken care of.
All right. Now, any sponsors you want to give a shout out to who've done right by you?
BRCC, Black Rifle Coffee Company, absolutely. Stince Built has been great. AMD has been wonderful. AdvanceGG, Empire Jerky have all been absolutely wonderful. Worked with Leuopold in the past. Everybody I stand behind has been really good to me, really, really good to my community, and I do recommend checking all of them out. So, cool. And again, like I said, I have codes for all of them. Ethosthread has been wonderful too. I have codes for all of them, and it doesn't matter if I sell 1 or 10,000. Like I get taken care of regardless. So it's all quality. It's all quality.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Stince. I was talking to Sigma there before their last Evasion tournament. Stince signed up, and she was telling me how they stepped in when that other computer company left a lot of people hanging. It was like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Stince is great. Yep. Yeah, and he loves pierogies. Yep.
Nice. So now we talked a little about when you step away from the computer, what are you doing when you get outside? Riding your motorcycle, probably.
Fishing, motorcycle, yelling at my dogs. They don't listen at all. I try to spend time outside.
Yeah. Are you a sports fan at all?
Football.
Yep.
American football.
The Packers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
What do you guys got for a quarterback this year?
Got Rodgers.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was sticking around or he ended up staying.
Oh yeah, he's staying. So
I can't picture him going anywhere else.
No, I'm sure he'll retire unless if he gets a chip on his shoulder and just wants to go fuck us somewhere in the NFC North, which is fine. It's on him. So the Packers have done some dirty shit to him the past few years, so I understand.
Yeah. Now, if you end up moving away from Wisconsin, you can still be a Packer fan, or if you end up moving to Chicago, you going to adopt the Bears?
I would no. I'd rather kick kittens than cheer for that goddamn team. No, homegrown. So it's like the Bucks won the championship a year or two ago, and I'm not a bandwagon fan. I was never big on the NBA, so when they won, it was like, oh, cool, but I wasn't immediately an NBA fan.
Yeah.
I remember when the Packers were terrible. They're like, that's how old I am, before Brett Favre and everything. So always been a fan, and it'll stay that way.
Nice. Cool. Any big plans or goals you want to hit this year?
Oh, just get down to Texas, visit those boys, see if that place is the place for me. Otherwise, just keep being a consistent source for people to come watch and hang out and have a better day, and maybe forget about shit that they have going on in their lives, and because they help me do the same, and just not be sick and have a sound mind. I don't know if I've ever had a sound mind, but we're still hoping.
Well, it's you bring up a good point about distracting people from their normal lives and whatnot, and just like an escape. And I've heard so many people talk about how their chat has been their chat is an escape for a lot of people, and it's over the years, some people in chat end up being year-long friends, best men, part of wedding parties and things like that.
Yeah, I have Baddie tattooed on the back of my hand that I do the business with. It's weird, but that's people are always like, how could you do that? Well, it was for a great cause, and like Baddie's a lifelong friend.
Yeah,
it was for a good cause, and
what was the cause?
I don't mind.
Share with us.
Raised a bunch of money for sick kids. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, is there certain charities you'd vote your time towards or anything like that you want to talk about?
Boot campaign is a big one that we do, helping vets and stuff. Boot campaign is the really big one that we do every year, generally in the fall. So
yeah, and it was that campaign that you did Baddie on your hand?
This was for Make-A-Wish, I believe, Toys for Tots. This was for.
Oh, no way. Oh, That's awesome.
Yeah, we got drunk and I said something stupid and said, if we hit X amount of dollars, I'll put Tattoo Baddie on my hand. And like 5 minutes later, I regretted my decisions.
Oh my God, that's too funny. Yeah. So when did Baddie move to Texas? Because he's originally from like the Northeast or something, right?
Couple years ago, Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up in Vermont, but a couple years ago, 2 years ago, a year and a half, something like that.
Oh shoot. So now, have you going to try to get out to like TwitchCon to see those guys, or that's just too many people? You just want to get down south and hook up with the boys?
I don't mind doing like TwitchCon and stuff. I wouldn't mind it. I went to a convention a little bit ago, and they wouldn't even let me in, so I went and sat at the bar and drank.
They didn't let you in?
No, I wasn't vaccinated long enough or something, but so I just it was just one room in the entire place that they wouldn't let me in, but I just went to the bar and drank old fashions. So I wouldn't mind TwitchCon, but like I don't trust people.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've seen me on cam and everything. Like I'm not. Yeah. I'm kind of intimidating, not the easiest guy to approach, but I don't put up with people's shit.
Yeah.
And if somebody like made me feel uncomfortable, like I'd punch him in the fucking face.
Yeah.
Like that's just how I grew up, how I've always been. So I'd have to be in the right crowd in order to do it.
Yeah.
And shit like that, people are weird.
It's only getting worse, man.
Yeah. So
yeah,
it's I'd do it, but I have to be in the right crowd. I have to be in the right crowd.
You survived the podcast. Thank you so much for doing it. Hopefully it wasn't too painful and
No, I only had 3 beers, so
good. So yeah, I didn't push you to too much drinking. I hope.
No, not at all. So,
but hey, now before you go though, now you get to throw somebody under the bus so I can go harass and get them on the podcast who has a good story. Who are you calling out?
Has a good story.
Yeah, or is entertaining, or you just want to put them through pain.
Let me think. Honestly, Reefer. You should get Reefer.
All right.
Get Reefer.
Yeah, I had Nyxia on once, and she said she rolls with Nyxia.
She puts ketchup on her eggs. She
That's
puts
not
ketchup
right.
on everything. She puts ketchup on everything. Yeah.
Ketchup doesn't belong on eggs or mac and cheese.
Anything. Once you hit like 9 years old, you shouldn't be using ketchup anymore.
Actually, that brings me up a good point. You've been in the Tarkov community for a while. Everybody knows you. You know everybody else. What's your experience been with this community?
Good for the most part.
Yeah.
Good for the most part. Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody's I've had on have been just really good people.
Yeah. Once in a while, you have there's idiots out there. There's issues out there and everything, and bad apples in every crowd. But yeah, generally good for the most part. There's people I stay away from and keep my distance from, but yeah, usually nothing bad to say.
Cool. Well, thank you so much, Kings. I really appreciate it. It was really good to get you on here and hear your story, and good luck, man. I know the last couple of months, your toe, your eye, dude. Did you break a mirror or something?
No, my girlfriend just fucking beats me for some reason. I don't know what it is. She's gonna beat me for saying that too. But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully she gets bored and doesn't listen this far in. But yeah, I don't know. Just fucking bad luck with everything. But no, it's coming around. Pieces are coming back together. They're not quite there yet, but I'll be good. So
excellent.
Take some time.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, man. You have a good day.
I'm only once in a blue and pull my heart out. Every time I jumped in the booth and it was like, ain't nobody care in the world, and so I had not a fucking care for the world. Everything I loved, merely the devil disguised. And I found the road to heaven was a hell of a ride.
Yeah, this is me.
Ground pulled from right under my feet, so I kept my head tucked under the sheets. It's like curtains closed, yet the show's incomplete. Only hoping that you people stop and notice my dreams. But I'm into me and be real, but I'm scared, cause look, man.
That's all the shit. That's me, though. It's from when I was 18. This isn't studio quality, but I was 18.
I'm still here, man, right?
Yeah, Baddie knows.
Son. Man, I know I can beat the fuck out of these industry cats. Give me a chance. I'ma show you why. Right now. Yeah. Salve. Yeah. You see, I roamed down the bottom, then I rose to the top with explosive poems. I'm only once in a